Hello, my name is Kaluki Paul Mutuku, the Executive Director at Keen International, and I have the absolute pleasure to have a conversation today with the one and only Shoba. Hi, Shoba, how are you?
Hi, Kaluki. Very nice to meet
I'm
you.
so excited to meet you, and maybe just a bit about what are your hopes for this COP in particular?
Kaluki, this is my first COP actually,
Oh, really?
since joining the bank many, many years ago. But I think what we have now is great momentum coming out of the previous COP, COP28, which really put food systems transformation at the center of the climate agenda, right? Because you can't really have a climate transition without an energy transition, but as well as a food transition. So I have a lot of hope for this COP because this is been called a finance COP. And I really hope that we can continue to keep up the momentum through this COP because we had 160 heads of state that signed the declaration last year on the food and climate, that they'll take forward the actions from COP28 into COP29 and then on to COP30 in Brazil next year, right? So what I hope is, we can really see some climate finance coming into the sector, which is going to be key, and also that we can take some real action on the ground in terms of adaptation as well as mitigation, because that's going to be critical for the sector.
Wow, definitely true to it. We need climate finance and we need serious action on adaptation because no community is waiting and the devastations are real, especially for my continent in Africa. Just wonder for you, Shoba, this COP is happening, right? And so much like around food systems. Why is food an important agenda in this whole process?
Thanks very much for that question. Very, very relevant, especially today being Agriculture, Water, and Food Day here at the COP. I think it's extremely important because food is such an important slice of the climate pie, right? So if you just look at the numbers, I mean, actually, the food system contributes a third of the global greenhouse gas emissions. It's responsible for a huge amount of methane production, which is also very dangerous. But equally, it contributes to biodiversity loss, as well as using 70% of fresh water. So agriculture and food have to be central to any sort of discussions on climate and the climate transition. So I think what we need to really recognize that we cannot have business as usual anymore. As you said, the African continent, where I used to work until recently, it's the smallholders that are facing the brunt of these climate shocks. And if you see the last 30 years, we've lost almost $4 trillion in crop and
That's
livestock
massive.
losses. So it's huge. I mean, if you look at it, it's like almost 5% of the total agricultural output per year, right? So this is, I think, what we need to do is really take urgent action to boost farmers' resilience to these climate shocks. And this will just sort of, help them adapt, as you said, to climate change. But the good news is that, agriculture and food is also the sector that can heal the climate, right? So if we take action now, I think agriculture and the food system can contribute to healthier soils, healthy water, healthier ecosystem, soil restoration, which is so important in Africa, as you know. And the sector can really act as a global carbon sink rather than as a producer of carbon, right? So I think this gives all of us hope. And from the World Bank side, I think we are really stepping up our game on the whole climate, food, and nature nexus, and helping countries make the food system more productive,
Yeah.
more resilient, and really sort of developing the analytics necessary and trying to bring in more of that climate finance, which again, I will repeat, is the most important thing because today less than 4% of climate finance goes into agriculture and food, whether it's for adaptation or mitigation. And smallholders get even less than 1% of that finance. So I think this is really our critical challenge going forward.
Wow, and definitely I'm excited because as a global head of agriculture at World Bank, definitely I'm now convinced and sure that the world is in safer hands and you have a big inspiring mandate to ensure the food safety and security across the world indeed.
Thank you so much, Kaluki. But I have one question for you.
Right away.
So, what role do you see youth playing in accelerating climate action and promoting healthier and more sustainable diets?
I think, and coming from Africa, I'll respond by saying I've seen the power in young people. Young people are innovative, they are resilient, they are initiators and starting amazing initiatives. And from my case study in Kenya, we've actually seen how young people are starting projects like Bustani Gardens. And these actually get to talk to the young generations who are in primary and high schools, actually teaching them how to get dirty, interact with the soils, and actually get to grow their own food. And what this does, it transforms their mindset and their soils into the belief that if we take care of the soil will take care of the plants, and the plants will take care of us. And I think it goes to just talk about what you said. If we have healthy soils and healthy foods, we have a healthy population and a healthy planet. So I see that as a critical role that young people can do. We can farm, we can innovate, we can be storytellers and promote the grassroots efforts that are happening in the food sector and indeed become stronger climate advocates for the world.
Fantastic. I'm sure with champions like you, I think this agenda will really go forward both in Kenya as well as in other countries in Africa. So more power to you and your organizations.
Yeah.
So good luck in taking this forward. So we need more people like you
and
in the
more
sector.
like you as well. So let's
Thank
collaborate
you.
in a very intergenerational approach and make this work possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kaluki. Very
Thank you
nice
too.
talking to you.